Gil, I would like to ask you to give a little introduction about yourself.
Well, my name is Gil Dezer. I'm the president of Dezer Development. We are a New York and Miami-based company that does real estate development as well as rentals, ownership, offices, that kind of stuff. We also here in South Florida, we're best known for our 6 buildings that we did with Donald Trump, hopefully our future president. And right now, currently, we have under construction the Porsche Design Tower, and we are going to be starting construction on the residences by Armani Casa coming this October.
Wow, this is amazing history. How long have you been in this real estate business?
I've been doing this since I was 22, so it's been going on for a long time, almost 20 years now.
And am I right that you have also your background, like your father started to do some kind of real estate investments?
We started, everything kind of happened growing up in a real estate family, so I learned my own way. I did my own first big deal at 19 years old, which was a big deal in Manhattan, and from there it kind of paved the way for me to continue doing big deals.
Okay, so you have to tell me now, what was that first big deal?
It was really, they say luck, it was luck, but luck, the definition of luck is when opportunity meets preparedness. And so I got lucky and I had the opportunity to meet a guy who was looking for 120,000 square feet to rent in New York. New York real estate prices are crazy. I was able, as a broker, to be able to find him a location, rent him the area, and the commission was tremendous. At 19 years old, I made more money than most people do in their whole lives.
So this is a significant experience for you, which you made that, okay, so from now, this moment, this is my business.
This is for me. It was too easy, too quick, and I did it well. So I said, this is my business. But then from there, I wasn't happy just being a real estate broker. We wanted to learn different aspects of real estate. So from the investment side and then from the development side, and here we are.
Okay, so one secret. What did you spend? What did you buy from this first commission?
A Dodge Viper.
I was wondering if it was a big car.
Yeah, it was a yellow Dodge Viper.
Wow,
at 19 years old. I mean, come on.
An interior?
It was a gray interior, yes.
Good. I assume you have some good, relationship with cars. How is it coming from? Where is it coming from?
I'm a car guy. We grew up with this our whole life. We've been playing with cars, and I just love cars. It's
someone likes fishing,
That's it. Someone likes fishing, and I look at fishing as a sport where guys spend millions of dollars on these boats, and it's unfair to go catch a little fish. The fish has no chance. In the car world, there's racing, there's tuning, there's all kinds of stuff. There's collecting cars, and there's a real huge car culture here in the United States. So I'm not the only crazy loon who loves cars.
So if you have to choose between old-timer and a brand new car, which one?
Only brand new. I like the brand new ones. I enjoy watching how the technology progresses and then driving these cars. That being said, yesterday I drove a 10-year-old car that was without all the technology, and I said, you know what, they don't make them like they used to. So there is a bit of both. 10-year-old car is not an old-timer, still very, very fast and amazing, and stick shift. Today everything is with the paddles and e-gear. So, there's something to those older cars with the stick shift. They're still a lot of fun.
So it's more challenge to drive an old car, and it could be also fun.
The newer cars today, you're driving a computer, so it keeps you safe, but it's not as much fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's go back a little bit in the history. So how did you come into Florida? You are from New York, right?
Yes.
So what was the first move? Why did you decide to come to Florida, to build here, to develop here?
Well, I went to school at the University of Miami, and I graduated 22 years old, and my family was still up in New York, and I told my father, hey, we should take a look at what's going on here in Miami Beach, in Sunny Isles Beach specifically. The city was part of unincorporated Dade County, so it was not its own city yet, but we knew that this was happening. It was in all the press that it was going to be happening, so we said this is a great place to place an investment. And I brought my father down, and he loved it right away, and we started buying as much as we could.
So first the University of Miami, and if you would say why Miami, why South Florida, what are the 3 major points that you are saying that this is the best place to live, to be, to buy, to rent, to invest or something? What is the beauty of this place?
really what's beautiful about this place is, although we live in the Caribbean, which is very Caribbean style, there's a real industry here, there's a real business here, and there's real opportunity here. And it's not, so you're not on the Caribbean that the best business in the island is to rent jet skis. You're really having the ability to do a real business here. We're doing billions of dollars of construction and sales and everything else like that that you can't do in other kinds of places like that. And so Miami is a city on the ranks of New York, Chicago, LA, but yet in a tropical Caribbean type atmosphere, where I tell everybody, come Friday at 6 o'clock, I'm on vacation for the weekend.
Exactly.
And so we're on vacation every single weekend, where all my friends who are in New York are huddled up in their apartments trying to keep the fireplace lit, And so, that's the main difference between what I see. It's a lifestyle thing here, and what you get with that is that you actually can really enjoy living properly and still be able to have a real job and real industry and real responsibilities.
Regarding this, what do you think about, like, where can we improve? What could Florida represent in the future? What are the industry areas, what we can involve into this lifestyle? What is the addition, what is the direction in the future?
I think that the groups like Beacon Council and all these other groups are going after, to diversify the business in Miami. Today, you have the three things. You have the tourism, which is great, and that goes hand in hand with the construction. Tourism brings construction, and then therefore hotels, etc., and condominiums. And then, of course, you have the banking industry here. We are the capital of South America, and so the banking industry really gives a level of professionals that come in and run a proper business and do good things for the South American clientele that we have coming up here. Where we're missing, I think they've been trying to bring in a big tech sector, I don't necessarily miss it, but I can understand how that has something to do with the overall fabric. Manufacturing, that's a problem all throughout America. I see there's a lot of small business manufacturing that does happen here in South Florida, just because it's easier and cheaper to do it locally than to go out and find, but I'm talking about metals work and that kind of stuff. And then, there's the general, there's the medicine here is very good, but yet we still could use more and better and higher quality doctors. And so that's where, there's still those kind of little holes in the system here that will eventually get filled in as we grow. Don't forget, this is a new city. Even though Miami Beach was 1920 or whatever the case was, or 100 years old, people weren't really here until the invention of air conditioning, and that's when people, so you're talking about the 50s, so we're really still a real new growing place, and the future is very bright,
What do you think about the healthcare? So can we be potentially do something that be a central of healthcare or healthy lifestyle? Because we don't have industry, which is a perfect thing. We have the ocean breeze, we have beautiful weather, sport, the weather is available for doing outside sport for the whole entire year. Do you think it could be something like going to this direction, doing something healthcare and healthy lifestyle?
I wish. The healthy lifestyle is already here. We have spas like Canyon Ranch, like Pritikin, places like that are doing good business as far as people coming down for the healthy lifestyle. I think on the medical side of it, you're seeing more of that up north in Tampa and places like that, in North Florida. So, which is still good that it's happening within the state. But at the same time, don't get me started on the whole Obamacare thing. It needs a whole revamping of what goes on. But if you were to ask me what's the proper solution and where this may go in the future, and I'm just my own personal opinion, but I've seen how it works in Argentina with private hospitals, and I think that that's a good solution. I think that's really a good solution.
I was thinking more like when you are building, you are doing developments, and you are doing you are doing all the construction. So how much do you want to involve into the construction? That you are building more tennis places, you are building more jogging places, bike rentals, or all these parts. Are you building all these amenities into it, or you are more thinking of like it should be more tech?
Well, no, I mean, the amenities and everything, we try and create a community where people can live and not need to leave there. And so that means that, by giving them all the amenities that they would expect like you would find in a city block of New York, being able to walk around, so the jogging trail, being able to go to a gym and having all those different things next to you, that's of course required in the building. And today we're taking it to the next level. So we're bringing restaurants, great restaurants inside the buildings. We're doing things like wine lockers, et cetera, et cetera. So we have all kinds of different amenities that we're putting in these buildings that, apart from the spa and kids place and everything else you see in every building. So we're really making these buildings almost a self-contained city, so you don't have to leave.
So now you made me curious. So when we are talking about the extra feature, which one is your favorite extra feature you would add or you did add to any of the buildings you were developing?
That's an easy question. I mean,
okay, what is the second one?
Well, no, I mean, actually, at the Porsche Design Tower, there's two extra features that we did that need to be a must in every single building going forward. First one, of course, which everybody knows, is the car elevator. Being able to drive in your car, going up to your unit and going into your balcony, into your own private garage rather, it's obviously never heard of, but it's a level of privacy and it's a level of security that we've never been done before. Forget the cool factor that your car is sitting there right outside your living room. It's a functional way of changing how people live and how people come and go from their apartments. You don't have to call a valet. You don't have security watching when you're coming, when you're going. So it really, because I live in these buildings and I know the sensitivities of our buyers. And you know, a lot of people just say, I don't like the fact, I love living in this building, it's great, I love to go to the gym, but I feel like the guy at the front desk is always watching where I'm going.
Someone is watching.
And you know, somebody's always watching. So there still will be somebody watching, but it's just less in your face. Obviously, the car elevator knows when you came and left. And so the second item that we put into Porsche Design Tower, which needs to be in every building, and I don't understand why I was the first, I'm still wondering why I was the first, was we put plunge pools on every single balcony. Every single unit has a plunge pool of 10 by 15 feet, so it's almost like a swimming pool. And you can fit 30 people in there easily, and you know, and have fun in there. So we put one on every single balcony of every unit, and it's also another first for Miami. Nobody else has done that.
Wow, actually this is something, a new feature, and probably, you know, it has some technical difficulties to make it also happen. So I'm assuming that it's also increasing the prices, but you don't mind that. You want to give the super luxury feeling for all your buyers.
That's right. No, there's a lot of logistics to go involved, bringing the water to the balconies, the heaters, the additional weight, because water is very heavy, but we were able to resolve everything.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you were talking a few minutes before, like South American buyers, about buyers. You know, I feel that there's a dynamics in the buyers, how they changing, who are our buyers, who are the buyers who love Miami, who love to purchase, to invest, to rent here. How do you feel the dynamics of the buyers in the past, like 2, 3, 4 years, how it's changing? What are the expectations for the future?
The buyer pool has changed a bit, and so have the prices. It used to be that the average price was, I'm talking on the beach now, the average price was $1 million. Today you're looking at an average of $2.5 million. And it's not for the same thing. That's where the product differentiation comes in. We are actually giving a lot more as developers to these buyers within the buildings, within the units, the amenities, the finish outs of the units, whether they come with flooring, lighting, etc. that wasn't done before. So there's a reason why the prices have gone up, and there's also the buyers are looking for something a little bit more complete versus you know, the units that we've been delivering, and with more things to do in the building. More, where does the kids go to play versus where do I go to the gym, et cetera, et cetera. So we had to put in a lot more of amenities, which of course takes up space and then, you know, and costs us money as developers to do, but it makes for a better building.